Hi everybody, it's me Adele and welcome to my channel Sew for Serenity, where I talk to you about my sewing journey. Welcome back if you're a regular viewer, and if you're new here, I hope you enjoy this vlog and consider subscribing. So this is my pre-launch vlog for the amazing challenge that myself, Crystal from my social thread and Claire from Stitch Hem Sew are going to be hosting in April. And that challenge is #SelflessSewApril23. Now, we launched this challenge last year. It was the first year last year and it was so amazingly successful. We had absolutely loads of prizes, over 50 sponsors, loads of prizes, and we had over 600 odd entries. So we decided we would do it again this year. So the premise of this challenge is exactly what it says on the tin. It's to sew a selfless make for family, friends, pets, charities, whatever, whoever, your next door neighbour, anybody, your boss, whoever. And it's simple. You post that post your make on Instagram under the Selfless Sew April 23 hashtag on the 30th of April only, and tag myself, Crystal and Claire in. We will have a work in progress throughout the month of April as well, which is the standard WIP, Selfless Sew April 23, where you can post your progress or just anything you want to share to help spread the word of the challenge. So if you don't already, please follow myself at Sew for Serenity on Instagram and on YouTube. Also my social thread, which is Crystal on YouTube and Instagram, and also Stitch Hem Sew, which is Claire on Instagram and YouTube. So I am the third pre-launch vlog. Crystal and Claire have already launched theirs, and what we decided to do this year in the pre-launch vlog is talk to you about the rules of the challenge and go through all of our lovely sponsors in a little bit more detail for you, because some of them are big names, but some of them are people that you might not have heard of. And if you're anything like me, I'm always on the lookout for new fabric and patterns and notions and anything sewing related company-wise. So what we did was split the sponsors into three. So I have got the remaining sponsors that haven't already been talked about, and I can't wait to share them with you. So in respect of the prizes that our sponsors are going to be offering, we have split the challenge into categories. So we will have a menswear category, a ladieswear category, a childrenswear 0 to 2, and a childrenswear 2 years plus, and then we have pets and accessories. So when we say pets and accessories, we're talking scrunchies, we're talking dog bow ties, we're talking anything for the home, so tea cozies, anything you can make that isn't a garment can go in that category. So all we ask of when you do post on Instagram is that you tell us which category it's being entered for. Some of them are obvious, but some aren't so much. And where you are in the world, because our prizes vary from physical prizes to PDFs to electronic prizes, so we need to know which best suits the people across the globe. So the rest of the prize will be drawn out of the virtual hat. So you have two ways of winning. We will be judging based on not necessarily skill, because who are we to judge on skill, but just ones that grab our attention, that we're impressed by. You know, it is our personal opinion. So don't hate us for that, but it worked really well last year and people were really excited that they got recognised for their contribution. But then also you're in to win it with the random draw as well. So that's enough blabbering about the rules, and let's get on to the sponsors themselves. So the first sponsor I want to tell you about is a company called Lush Cloth. Now, Lush Cloth is a fabric store, an online fabric store, and it's ran by the beautiful Oyen. I hope I'm saying that right. And I've met Oyen in person, and also I was a guest blogger and vlogger for her back in, I think, February last year now. Her website is absolutely beautiful. She is a really keen sewist that just decided one day, just I think in 2020, to actually pursue her passion for beautiful fabrics, and she definitely has done that and has now got an online fabric store. Now, she came up with the name Lush Cloth because it means attractive, good quality, and it brings you lots of pleasure, which is what she believes fabric should do. And she tries to be as sustainable as possible with the fabric choices. Now, I order quite a lot from Lush Cloth. I think they have really different fabrics out there. So if you haven't already heard of them, head over to their website. And they are offering 10% off all orders for new subscribers to their newsletter. So the next company that's agreed to sponsor us is the wonderful Kate at In a Haystack. Now, In a Haystack is a digital sewing subscription service. And basically, it's described on the website as a monthly collection of sewing curiosities and treats sent straight to your inbox. So basically, in each pack, you get a different theme, you get a PDF sewing pattern, and it's almost always swappable. So the pattern that they feature might be with a certain designer, and if you don't particularly like that one, you can swap it for something else within the designer's range. You get 2 fabric shop discounts, one for Europe and one for North America. And the great thing about this is 9 times out of 10 it's somebody that I haven't heard of, which is brilliant. You get to hear about new fabric stores, you get discounted pattern printing, you sometimes get an extra treat, and then there's interviews, stories, tips and tricks and lots more. And the great thing about this is you can not only read it in the email, but you can also listen to it, so it's like an audio book as well. And it's only £10 a month. Now, it's just really, really fantastic, and something a little bit different for those people that miss out on the subscription service, sewing subscription boxes, but, you know, perhaps don't like the fabric being chosen for them. This is a little bit of that surprise element each month. So Katie's very generously giving the winner a free month's pack, and also one of their friends a free pack as well. So not only do you get one, but you can choose one of your friends, probably sewing related would be best, to win one of those as well. The next company that I want to talk to you about is somebody that you all must have heard of, and that is the wonderful Beyond the Pink Door. And that is run by the lovely Andrea, who is a self-confessed fabric addict, and her daughter, Keris, who I think is probably not as involved as she used to be because she's at university at the moment. And they are based in County Galway in the west of Ireland. Now, Andrea launched this business, I think, during the pandemic, and it's just been so successful. And she has a live every Sunday, which I try and watch every Sunday, which tempts me into all of her beautiful curated fabrics. Now, as you know, I pay for and have the Think Pink subscription box every single month, which is a fabric subscription, and I absolutely love it. And the fabric is just amazing as well. Now, she has very kindly given us a €30 gift card to spend in her store to one of our winners, so that's amazing. The next wonderful sponsor is Stitch and Ink Fabrics. So Stitch and Ink Fabrics is an online fabric store, and it's run by the wonderful Alicia, and it has some lovely fabrics. I buy a lot of fabrics from Stitch and Ink. She has some great sales on. I really love her funky, trendy, kind of very current style of website, and it's really distinct. It's like orange and green, and you just know the logo anywhere. Now, they also do subscription boxes, which I'm currently have been gifted 3 months worth. I did used to subscribe to it and pay for it out of my own money, but I'm actually being gifted 3 months, and you can check out my vlogs on those, and they're really great subscription boxes. And she does 2 different levels, so if you look at my subscription box playlist, you'll be able to see those. Now, the lovely Alicia is giving us a £15 gift card to spend in her store, which is amazing, so thank you. Our next sponsor is the lovely Faye and Becky, who are bestest of friends that love to sew, and they run a business called the Sewing Cafe in Hinckley, which I have actually done a fabric shop tour of this, which you can find on my fabric shop tour vlogs, and it's a really lovely shop in Hinckley. I used to work in Hinckley, and I'm from that neck of the woods, so I feel very familiar going back there, and it's not too far away from where I live now. So these 2 friends set up this business because they basically tried to find a social and inspirational place where they could indulge in their passion for sewing, and they couldn't, so they decided to create one. So the Sewing Cafe is exactly what it says on the tin. It's a fabric store, but it's also a workshop and space where people can go and meet, and they do lots of classes and workshops, etc., which you can go on and check out. Now, they do some beautiful fabrics. They have loads and loads of quilting cottons, and half of their store is quilting and haberdashery, and half of their store is dressmaking, and their fabrics are beautiful. I always spend a fortune when I go there. So yeah, very, very dangerous, and they have been so generous. They are sponsoring a £50 gift card for the winner, so that's amazing. That is a really great prize, so thank you so much to the Sewing Cafe. The next sponsor is the wonderful Hayley at Sew Hayley Jayne. No introductions needed there. So Sew Hayley Jayne has a subscription box service. So each month in the subscription box, there's a box of curated fabrics, sewing gifts, everything you need to create beautiful garments. And depending on what level of box you choose to get, you will get patterns as well. I think these are great for beginners. I subscribed to this when I first started sewing, and it's really, really great. You get pushed out of your comfort zone with different fabrics, patterns, etc. And it's just a lovely, lovely treat every single month. Now, details of all of her subscription box levels can be all found on her website, and I do suggest you follow the link below, and if you use the code Adele10 you will get 10% off, but she is going to give us a wonderful curated goodie box for the winner, so that will be really exciting. So if you don't subscribe already, this would be a good taster if you won this of what would be in store. Hayley is really active in the sewing community and puts loads of free content out there on YouTube for all of you keen sewists there. So I do recommend you check out her YouTube channel because there's so many useful vlogs out there. She's just put one up about sewing patterns that you can get out of a metre of woven fabric, and it's really great. The next sponsor is the wonderful Emma from Crafty Clyde. Now, I don't know if you don't know of Crafty Clyde. She is a wonderful sewist who is prolific at sewing. In the if you check her Instagram out, she makes so much stuff. And she also runs a little Etsy store called Crafty Clyde, and she is obsessed with her little tortoise called Clyde, and she has a blog as well, but she has made these beautiful labels, Crafty Clyde labels, and I actually have some of them. I will show you. She gifted me these, and they say totally amazing. How cute are those? And what she has offered to give us is 6 packs of labels, which have 6 labels inside. So we might either do them as I think we'll probably do them as individual gifts. So yeah, Crafty Clyde is a wonderful little Etsy store, and it's just basically, if you love tortoises, check it out because they have earrings, key rings, everything. It's so cute, and I've probably put an image up here so you can see. The next company that has agreed to sponsor us is the wonderful Patten Pouch Nest, which is the company that is launched by my wonderful friend Anna from You Got Me in Stitches. So on her website she sells lovely fabric, so check it out. There's some really nice pieces of fabric I have purchased from her in the past. And then her signature product is a pattern pouch, and basically you select the pattern of your choice and then she will create you a handmade curated pouch, and inside, for the added element of surprise, there'll be lots of notions and stuff included in that pouch, fat quarters, threads, etc. And they are lovely. The last Selfless Slow we did, the winner won it and couldn't believe, and was just blown away by it. So please check out her website, and she has offered to gift one of these pattern pouches to the lucky winner. The next company is called the Pattern Pages. So the Pattern Pages, if you haven't heard of them, is an independent sewing magazine started by mother and daughter team, Julie and Emily, and they're in the UK. And it's the first magazine of its kind. It's an electronic magazine, but you can get a paper copy if you want to. And I subscribed to this, and I subscribed at the very first craft show I went to, and it's £26.95 I think for a year's subscription. The thing I absolutely love about this magazine is, because it's electronic, when you're reading through the different types of articles, if there's a link to a website, you just click it on the screen and it takes you straight through. It's amazing. And the articles are just really interesting. You know, sometimes with the sewing magazines, the Big Four, the Love Sewing and the Simply Sewing magazine, they're a bit repetitive, and it's a bit like how to put a zip in and stuff. There's none of that in the Pattern Pages. It's so much more interactive and interesting articles, and I think I would say it's really modern. That's the thing I like. It's current, it looks at current styles, looks at really interesting techniques that I'd not heard of. So I really recommend you check it out, and you can subscribe for £26.95 for the whole year, and you get free patterns as well, and just discounts off fabric stores, etc. And you get to find out about fabric stores that you perhaps hadn't heard of. So it's, again, a really great magazine and great value for money. And they have agreed to give us a 1 year's online subscription for a lucky winner, which is fantastic. The next sponsor is the wonderful Georgie at Hey Sew Sister. Now, I love Georgie. Now, she has her own Instagram, which is Hey Sew Georgie, and she has her own company, fabric company, which I think she runs with her brother, and it's called Hey Sew Sister. And again, this is really lovely curated set of fabrics. It's a bit different than the other ones out there, and yeah, I love it. And her fabrics sell out really, really quickly. She also does her own labels, which are amazing. I have a few of those labels. So here's a couple of her labels. This one, Don't Look Back in Anger. I think this was the mixtape one. So these are all lines from songs. And then I've got I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor in a purple and a pink. Just really cool. So Georgie's kindly offered to give us a £20 voucher, and she was a sponsor last year. So thank you, Georgie, for supporting this challenge again. I have met Georgie in person and she is just so lovely. So hello if you're watching. So the next sponsor is the wonderful Christine at Sewingham The City. And as you can imagine, yeah, I think it is a play on words for Sex in the City. And she lives in New York, and she's been sewing for so long, since she was about 6 years old, I think her website said. And about 4 years ago, she escaped the corporate life and decided to follow her passion and work in the digital world of sewing. So she has created her own wonderful patterns, and her patterns are just so lovely. Please go over and check her website out. She's got some beautiful, beautiful patterns. One of my favourites is the Mercer top. I have that pattern, but I haven't made it yet. And also her Bleecker sweatshirt, which has these lovely frills on the arms. And I also have a skirt pattern, which is, let me just remember, it's called the Aster skirt, and it's gorgeous as well. Yeah, I just need to get making these. She also does workshops as well, virtually. So yeah, check out her website, absolutely amazing. Now, Christine has agreed to be a sponsor and will be gifting a PDF to our winner. Next sponsor is Stash Hub, which, if you don't know, it is run by the lovely Yvette, who is Blossom Sandwich, and also Doug, who is a wonderful husband. And they are a team that have used Yvette's sewing knowledge, because she's a keen sewist, and Doug's software engineering, and merged it together and created this wonderful app called Stash Hub, and I love it. I have started using it. I talk about it so much on my channel. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm storing currently all of my fabrics and patterns, and it's just great. So if you don't have it, get it. It's amazing, and it's £3.49 a month for the unlimited access, which is just a bargain for that sanity that it brings you of not having to worry about your stash. I already feel so much more relieved that I know where everything is. So yeah, it's just a fabulous, fabulous app, and I'll put a bit of footage of mine. The thing I really love about it is you can put a fabric with a pattern and create a project, and when you've completed the project, you can upload a photo of that project, and I'll show you one here that I did. It's just great. Really recommend it. So yeah, they have agreed to be a sponsor and will be gifting the winner access to their Stash Hub, to the Stash Hub app. The next company is the wonderful Amanda at the Sewcial Studio, and the Sewcial Studio is a local fabric store to me in Tamworth. I've bought a lot of fabric from there as well. I recently went to an afternoon tea event there that they were holding to pre-launch all their new fabrics that were coming in for spring, and spent a fortune. It is a wonderful shop. Again, I've done a tour of that, which you can find on my fabric tour playlist, but it also is a sewing school as well. So it's not only fabric and haberdashery, but they have lots of workshops as well. So if you want to check those out, I recommend. And the great thing about the workshops is they're right in the shop as well. So you've got all the fabrics around you, and as people are browsing, you get to see people working on their projects. It's great. So yeah, they have agreed to give us a voucher to the winner to spend in the store. Next is the wonderful Adaku, who I talked about yesterday, from Dovetailed London. Had the pleasure to meet her in person on Saturday when I went to the Stitch Festival. Now, she runs a wonderful company called, as I said, Dovetail London, and it's basically specialised in African wax print. She has her own African print clothing range, and she also has patterns as well that she creates herself, and she has agreed to gift us a voucher to spend in the store, a £20 gift voucher to spend in the store, which is amazing too. The next sponsor is the lovely Carolyn from Sewing Sprinkles. Now, so this wonderful company is someone that I first heard about in the Think Pint subscription box that came, I can't remember what month it was, but she provided an item as the little gift in there, and it was this wonderful little acrylic made sewing themed key ring. So as you can see, it's got little scissors snips there, and it says Think Pink on it, and that's my little key ring, which I have here. And she basically does a whole array of beautiful little gifts. So there's like some of the things they've got on there is key rings, bookmarks, all types of things like that, all personalised. I'll put some information up here so you can have a look at what she's got in her store. And she's actually offering the winner a £15 voucher to spend in her store, which is absolutely amazing. And it's a very new company, so if you haven't looked at it, go over in there and check it out. I wish I'd known about these. They've got these lovely key rings that said best teacher or teaching assistant, which I'd love to have got for Alice's nursery. Just something a little bit different. Yeah, check it out. The next sponsor is an absolutely fantastic sponsor from Australia, and it's the wonderful Gabrielle from Cloth Edits. Now, she runs a beautifully curated fabric store in Australia, and it's just, they're so unique, the pieces of fabric, and I have things in my basket all the time. I'm so pleased to have Gabrielle on board, because not only is she sponsoring our challenge, she's running her own challenge in April as well, which is Sew Blouse. Put the hashtag down below, but she has supported us, so I just wanted to say thank you, because that's great that she's not only got her own challenge that she's offering a prize for, but she's also supporting ours. Now, Gabrielle is offering us a $50 gift card to spend in her store. Oh my God. Now, isn't that amazing if you won that? And we were really keen this year to get sponsors across the globe as well, so people didn't feel excluded. But yeah, her beautiful fabrics are amazing. The linens that she's got on there are just beautiful, so please check her out if you haven't heard of her already. The next sponsor is 5 out of 4 Pattens, who I am a brand ambassador for. They have agreed to sponsor us a $20 gift card to spend in their store. Now, they do so many different patterns. They have so many free patterns as well. But they just have, I mean, they must have over 100 patterns. It's just amazing. The real thing that I really love about 5 out of 4 Pattens is it's a real community element. Now, all of the pictures on there are not model shots. They're all of brand ambassadors that have created the garments and sent in their photos. So it's all real people, different shapes and sizes, ages, and I just really love looking at the photos. And the stock photos, there's so many as well. There's not just 1 or 2, there's about 20 for each pattern that's been made, and I really, really like that. So yeah, it's a great, great company, and one that I only found out about since I became a brand ambassador, and I've made about 5 or 6 things now from them. So yeah, check out their patterns. The next company I want to talk to you about is a company called Catkin Scraps. I hope I'm saying that right. And it's a small online sewing shop based in the Lake District. Beautiful. And they have a strong focus on good business ethics, sustainability and inclusivity. They focus on high quality dressmaking fabrics made from natural fibres, and they have plenty of eco-friendly options. They also have a hand-picked selection of indie sewing patterns and an expanding range of haberdashery and sewing tools. So Catkin Scraps is run by the lovely Rita, and she runs this from home, and she's a mum of 2, which is amazing. And she worked in a local fabric shop for lots and lots of years, and then the owner retired and she realised that she needed to continue to get her fabric fixed from somewhere, so she set up her own fabric store, which is lovely. Now, I haven't actually ordered anything from this store before, as it was new to me. I stumbled across it when I was looking for sponsors, and they have some gorgeous fabrics, so please go over and check them out. And they're offering us a £25 gift voucher as well, so how amazing is that? So next, the last sponsor of this wonderful challenge is Little Rosy Cheeks, which is a sewing label company that I'm sure you've all heard of, doing positive affirmation labels that are just so fun. Now, it's Victoria, and she runs this business by herself, I think with a little bit of help from her husband, and I met her recently at the Stitch Festival again and actually purchased some labels as well. Now, she has agreed to sponsor the challenge as well, and will be gifting some labels to the lucky winner, so that's amazing. So they're all our sponsors. Sorry this is a bit of a long vlog, but I wanted to highlight them all to you so you can check them out before the challenge. So I hope you've enjoyed that. As you can see, we've got well over 50 sponsors. Some of our sponsors are offering more than one prize as well. So there is such a big chance of you winning this. So I hope you will join us and get involved. Selfless Sew April was a massive change to my sewing practice last year. Before I hosted this challenge, I didn't do any sewing for anybody else, as I was a bit selfish, to be honest. But since doing the challenge, it has really opened my eyes to how rewarding making clothes for other people can be. And I love it. So I'm grateful that I have this opportunity every year to put things aside for myself and focus on making for others. Myself, Crystal and Claire all have a launch vlog where we talk about what we're going to be sewing for others, which is going to be a plans and inspiration vlog, but we wanted to focus on the sponsors on this one for you today. So we will be having all of you lovely vloggers involved this year. We have a vlogging tour of at least one, sometimes two vloggers every single day sharing their plans and inspiration of what they're going to be making, and there's some corkers already that I've heard people are going to be making, so that's amazing. So I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Please let me know if you're getting involved in this challenge. If you don't follow all the hashtags and all of the vloggers that are involved, please do so, and I'll see you all soon. Happy sewing. Bye.